We're going to start a painting today with cold wax and oil and see how beautifully it layers. Hi, I'm Sherry. I want to welcome you to my studio today. I am going to work on this piece that I had done stenciling on with acrylic paint. I like that little texture that brayer gives. And I am going to add even more texture. Look how beautiful. Can you see that even over there? How beautiful this is when it goes over other paints. This is transparent Indian yellow. A little bit more orange and less muted than yellow ochre. And look at it over that beautiful, over the beautiful colors of acrylic paint, and then even over the white. You get to start seeing how layers work. I don't know how many times I'll be able to use this. It might be hard to get clean. Now, the cobalt blue is not as transparent. On this painting, I'm attempting to do several layers that are very thin. I really want to play with the transparency on this. I want to apologize again for failing to record the paint mixing. I don't know what it is about not hitting the go button right before I do that. Maybe tomorrow before I start painting the second layer. Compared to the acrylic pouring videos, the process for painting with oil paints takes so much longer. The cold wax medium decreases the drying time so that by tomorrow I'll be able to do another layer, but unfortunately you still have to wait. Unlike with acrylic pouring, I can get it all done in 15 minutes to 30 minutes in one video. Not so this. I hope you won't mind the new longer videos. Leave me a comment. Do you want me to fast forward? Do you want me to show how long it actually takes? Do you want me to cram it all in one video? Or do a couple of videos per piece? I really need your advice on how to handle this. Now, when you use an oil stick, a lot of times it's got a hard cover on it. I just used this the other day, so it's okay. I love the, oops, see there's some of the gook. I love this one. It's a metallic. Can you ever have too much metallic? No. You cannot. See how you can cut through the paint to get more, or go this way to get a little less? Speaking of needing your advice, I would just like to know what else I can share with you. As a mixed media artist, I have all the paints and all the papers. So what would be your favorite mediums to learn about? And what kind of information do you want me to provide in the description? With the first video in this series, I made a huge list of supplies, but I'm not sure if that's what you want to know from the description. Or do you even look at the description? I really wish I had the ability to get answers from you as you're watching. I had one more napkin or paper towel. I'm going crooked. Oh my gosh, I mixed up some new paints and still forgot to hit record. I will make a video of just paint mixing. I also normally write with my oil sticks, just because I like that look, but I wanted to show you how to mix it. And then it didn't work. Oh my gosh. Basically, anything you can mix with encaustic, you can also mix with cold wax. It seems to have some burrs in it. I'm going to put that down and go for my catalyst. I'm going to introduce this new orangey color. Last time I used what was it called? Indian yellow. This time I'm using this nice bright yellow orange from a soft pastel, and as you can see, it is extremely transparent. Now I had intended for this painting to go this direction, but I'm trying to film it in a landscape format, so I have to keep thinking, though quite frankly, a good composition should work from any direction. I also commented in the film that didn't take that I often mix right on my freezer paper desk cover, but because this one is large and I'm trying to fit it in here, I elected to do the mixing on the palette paper pad. Now, so far, the colors have been a little bit analogous next to each other on the color wheel. So I think it's about time we throw in a contrasting color. And I'm going to use this beautiful quinacridone magenta because I love it with teal. It also is very transparent. Don't you love how it stacks up there? That's just gorgeous. When it mixes with the teal, I get a really pretty purple too, which, you know, doesn't bother me at all. I have a big desk, but trying to fit everything under the camera just really kind of messes with your workspace. Some oil pastels, which I also have here. now for some fun. I don't know how to write with my left hand sideways, so see how this one doesn't smear as much? That's because it is a Stabilo pencil. And then an oil stick, because this has a little pearlescent in it to go with this that's already here. This is the same brand that I mixed with the wax in the video that did not take. Now, the underpainting that I did with stenciling had grids, so I'm going to put in grids again. If you don't want to transfer the paint, be sure to wipe it off. Now, smooth. And I'm liking the darker tone. I think I will not be adding more white, but I will be adding a little bit of Payne's Gray. It's funny, I've heard of Payne's Gray my whole painting life and never really thought much of it. And then I discovered it this year when I discovered it, you know, something that's been around forever, this year while I was gel printing, and oh my gosh, it's like my new favorite. But you do have to be careful that it doesn't overpower. In the video where I talked about tips and tools, or not tips and tools, in the video where I talked about tools and techniques, I mentioned that I use a lot of birch plywood, or I mentioned you could use, anyway. It's the number one thing I've worked on, and a lot of people paint the sides, and I probably should, or a lot of people tape them off. I seem to just start, and I should probably pay more attention to that, but because it's now getting all over my sides. But remember, you can come back later and paint it. I'm not quite doing a crucifix composition, but I am trying to bring the focus here to the quinacridone magenta part, so I'm going to build this up a little more. Now remember from earlier, this color is all over underneath in acrylic. I do tend to do a lot of my work with my catalyst tool. It's so good at spreading so thin a layer, such a thin layer, and picking up when you get it where you don't want it. Oh, look how that went in there. I think that's good for that layer. It's getting interesting, but there's at least 2 more layers to go. Hope you'll be back to watch. Thanks for watching my video. Please leave any questions or comments you might have, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I hope you'll subscribe. Thanks again. Bye.